London. The Australian rugby team is touring the UK for their spring tour, a series of test matches against European selections. On this occasion, Trace Sports met Pek Cowan. At 25, the prop forward made his debut with the Wallabies in June 2009 against Italy.
I've been given the opportunity to play for the Wallabies, and it's not something that comes around very often, and to be honest, I don't know of very many people who get the opportunity.
A pride that is all the more important since Pek was born in New Zealand. He arrived in Australia at the age of 13. Although he's still very attached to his country of birth, he now feels 100% Australian.
It's weird, obviously I was born in New Zealand and I grew up there, and New Zealand I've got a lot of family there. Having moved to Australia, adopting the Australian culture and the Australian way of life, the lifestyle, and the beaches and things like that. And then obviously getting the opportunity to play for Australia, I do call Australia home, and I do consider myself Australian, and I'm just really honoured and humbled to be given the opportunity to play for Australia, and I'll never look back.
His move also influenced his professional future. In the country of the All Blacks, Pek swore only by golf. The most incredible thing, as a child his babysitter was none other than the sister of Tana Umaga, one of the All Black legends, but Pek preferred golf.
From ages about 12 to 14, for that two and a half, 3 years, I was really playing a lot of golf and really applying myself as much as I could to playing golf. And I moved over to Australia. I got a scholarship to a golf club close to where we were staying in Monavale, Long Reef Golf Club, and it was just basically, they supplied me with a membership, and I basically played for them and represented them in little junior club championships and stuff like that. It was really good fun.
It was only once in Australia that Pek tried rugby, thanks to a friend who saw the potential of a great future rugby champion.
I was in year 9, so I was 13, turning 14. I had a friend from school who saw me and he said, "Look, you look like you could play rugby. Why don't you come and play some rugby with me?" And this is while I was at Narrabeen Sports High School. And he talked me into it, and I went to Newport Rugby Club, which is a club close to where I was staying in Sydney, on the northern beaches. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I played quite well, and it was really, really fun going out and playing with a whole bunch of guys as opposed to playing golf by yourself. So I really like the team aspect of it.
His friend Alex changed Pekahu's life.
I was quite big for my age, so obviously for rugby it's pretty handy. Yeah, he talked me into it. He gave me boots because I didn't have rugby boots at the time, so he gave me some boots, and I guess I owe a lot to him because had it not been for Alex, I probably wouldn't be where I am today had he not convinced me to come and play for his club team.
Pek quickly lined up for the Australian youth teams before the crowning moment, his first cap with the Wallabies. His passion for rugby took over from golf. The choice between the two was quickly made.
As you could imagine, as a 14-year-old, sitting on the fairway by yourself can get a little bit lonely, in contrast, rugby is a completely different sport. It's physical. You need to be physically fit, strong, and there's a lot of contact involved. So when I did decide to start playing a little bit of rugby, it did hinder my golfing a bit. Obviously, being sore in the shoulders and in the neck, playing in the front row, not ideal for playing golf. So I had to make a decision, and fortunately I think I picked the right one because I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I love playing rugby. Yeah.
If his friend Alex helped him become a rugby player, it was his father who was his main source of inspiration and who built Pek Cowan into a champion.
My biggest role model, I always say this, was my dad. He was always someone who would tell me exactly what was what. He would tell me honestly whether or not I had a good game. My dad played a lot of rugby, being from New Zealand, so he obviously had a rugby background. He played in the forwards. Unfortunately, I'm not built like my dad. He was a bit taller and a bit leaner. He played he played lock.
At 25, Pek has already experienced difficult times with a broken leg or a broken face, which stopped him from going to the last World Cup. Hard knocks that he overcame thanks to the support of his family.
Family is massive for me. They're a big support system for me, like being based in Perth now. Obviously I don't have much family around me, but you know, it's good to know that if I ever needed anyone to call upon or needed some help with something, they're, you know, one phone call away, and as much as they would do for me, I would do the same for them. If they needed anything, it'd be exactly the same.
Like many Polynesians and sportsmen, Pek is quite superstitious.
I think that comes from my Māori side. Like we're very superstitious people, and there are a few things that we do and don't do. And for example, like I don't like to walk on disabled parking. I do have my own little rituals that I do, and there are things that I won't do. Like for example, I have to, like while I'm away on tour, they're nothing special, but I make sure I eat at a specific time, and I make sure I eat a specific food. There's one or two options that I will and won't eat. So, sorry, there's only two options that I will eat, and one of them's pancakes, and the other one's pasta. If I can't get one of those, I start getting a bit funny. I definitely won't play without my mouthguard.
Small rituals that don't prevent Pek Cowan from progressing. He still has a dream to fulfill. Play a World Cup with the Wallabies and win it. The date with destiny is made for 2015 in England.